Racism thrives on capitalism. The back of racism is capitalism. And they say about education, we need a black militia. When I say that, I'm not saying it because I want people to fear and think we're coming violent. What we're saying is, you push, we push. You fight, we fight.
Nobody should have to potentially pay with their life because they stood up for racial justice. Now, you've linked this shooting to racial justice. Even people who were witnesses are suggesting it was a gangland killing. Haven't you actually inflamed racial divides by tweeting something when you hadn't done your homework?
No, I mean, you didn't see the commentary on this woman being shot in the head. There was a huge amount of concern about it, not just online, but in the papers and the media. And she is a black activist. She was shot in the head, and people were concerned as to why. And if you raise issues of race and you're accused of inflaming tensions, that doesn't really get us anywhere fast. This woman is a mother. She had a bullet in the head. We need to take that seriously, not try and deride people who mention it.
Well, we absolutely do need to take it seriously, but if it's a gangland killing, if it was an accidental killing, which is what people who witnessed it seem to be suggesting, and she isn't dead, and let's hope she survives, but just by plainly linking it to racial justice, you are creating a division there when you don't know that that's true.
No, I think it is so wrong to accuse people of colour who raise issues in relation to race of somehow inflaming feelings. We don't know, actually, whether it was a gangland killing. It may have been that she randomly took a bullet, but we don't know for certain. Nobody's saying
exactly, which is why you shouldn't have tweeted what you did.
Yes, but when you accuse people of colour of inflaming feelings because you raise issues about race, as I say, that doesn't take us anywhere.
You were accused of inflaming racial tension. When you made a connection between the shooting of Sasha Johnson with her activism, with her party, take the initiative.
But it was her party in its very first statement about this, which mentioned the fact that she'd had a series of death threats. And you know,
the shooting wasn't connected to that, and I think everyone involved has said we shouldn't be jumping
but
to...
you know, Emily, when a person of colour is attacked for raising issues to do with race, that doesn't take the debate further forward. If people are inflamed...
But not when she was shot.
If people are inflamed about race in this country, you need to look at the underlying issues. My friend and colleague, David Lamb, did an exhaustive report about how black people are treated in the criminal justice system.
So Diane is saying, essentially, you can make this connection because somewhere along the lines it was connected to race.
I'm not saying you can make that connection. I'm saying that when you attack a person of colour for raising issues to do with race and claiming somehow it's their fault, that isn't very helpful.
Nobody said it was their fault at all, but they didn't understand why you'd taken facts that didn't add up and attributed the shooting, which everyone else has not connected with her activism.
Well, they clearly didn't read the statement put out by her political party, first of all, which linked it to death threats.
Police said there's no evidence.
But the point I would want to make is that if you constantly cloud issues to do with race by casting aspersions on the good faith of people raising them, that doesn't move us forward.
We're just trying to understand, there has been if you like, an assumption, I think it's fair to say.
No, it's what her party said. They linked it with a series of death threats against her. So one was just going on what the party said.
I'm just going to quote, Charles Gordon said, the truth is we don't know what has happened here. The police said there was no evidence the attack was targeted. A party spokesman said, whilst we understand there's much speculation, our priority is her health and recovery. Detectives said there's nothing to suggest the shooting victim had received any credible threats against.
And if you raise issues of race and you're accused of inflaming tensions, that doesn't really get us anywhere fast. It is so wrong to accuse people of colour who raise issues in relation to race of somehow inflaming feelings.
When a person of colour is attacked for raising issues to do with race, that doesn't take the debate further forward.
When you accuse people of colour of inflaming feelings because you raise issues about race, as I say, that doesn't take us anywhere.
That when you attack a person of colour for raising issues to do with race and claiming somehow it's their fault, that isn't very helpful. That if you constantly cloud issues to do with race by casting aspersions on the good faith of people raising them, that doesn't move us forward.
I've got the calling and I'm telling you, I feel it in my bones that there's a change coming. You just got to stick with me in it. They can label me a terrorist, they can label me racist, but I'm not racist. I just love my blackness. You can't be racist. Raise that fist in the air. Raise them. Black power! Black power! Black power! Black power! Black power! Black power! But I'm not racist. But I'm not racist. But I'm not racist.